most obvious expense, and that is food. Next for treats, so I personally give Monty. Now, next is startup costs. This can drastically, significantly be different for every person. Hey guys, welcome back to the French Bulldog. Today we are talking about budgeting. Now, budgeting can be a tricky topic to talk about because everyone spends a different amount on their puppies, on their dogs. It's all relative. But I'm going to be giving you an estimation of what you should expect to pay when budgeting for your Frenchie, or I'm going to give you yearly estimates, monthly estimates, stuff like that. Now, again, I want to preface this by saying this is just an estimate. You may spend less or you may spend more. I'm not going to give you exactly what I spend just because I feel like somebody's gonna have something negative to say about that, but I'm just gonna give you estimates of what you should expect to spend. But before we get into it, please like and subscribe, comment down below what kind of content you'd like to see from this channel, because I wanna create what you guys wanna see. I'm willing to do the research and put in the work and make the videos that you guys wanna see. So let me know what that is, and let's get into it. So we're starting off with probably the most obvious expense, and that is food. Though I will give you this, I spend about $80 a month on food for him. Now, this is probably the only estimation I'll give that I actually spend, but that's just personal, what Monty requires. Now, this is a broad spectrum, but anywhere from $50 to $100 a month is probably average for food for a French Bulldog if you're giving them a high quality diet, which I do have a diet video and I will link that down below so you guys can see that video. But I think anywhere from $50 to $100, I get that's like a $50 span, but that's probably what you should be spending on average every month. Next for treats, so I personally give Monty a lot of fruits and veggies from the grocery store, so mine might be higher, but I would say you're probably in the ballpark of $20 a month for treats. I do give him dog treats as well. He does get Whimsies and Greenies and natural dog treats and stuff like that, but I think $20 a month is probably average for French Bulldogs. They're not big enough to where they're gonna need lots of treats, and training treats for the most part are pretty cheap. So now for toys, this can vary. I don't even necessarily get Monty toys every month because he has so many already that he doesn't need more. But I would say anywhere from $10 to $30 a month for toys. If you're giving them, bones and stuff like that they're actually going through, you might have to spend a little bit more. But like chew treats and stuff like that, like squeaky toys, you're probably not going to be spending this money every single month because they don't need it. But I think anywhere from $10 to $30 a month, or even less. I mean, again, you might not need to spend any. Now, next is startup costs. Now, this can range significantly, but I'm estimating about $300 for startup costs. And then this is going to be for like vet and vaccinations, bed, leash, collar, harness, food bowls, all that kind of stuff. I'm estimating about $300 a month. Now, you might spend more because you're doing potty pads, or you might spend more on this or that. I'm just, giving as a broad example, and then obviously the cost of the puppy as well, which is not included in the $300. But that's what I would say for startup costs. Now for travel, a lot of people might not need to incur this cost depending on if you travel or if you want the dog to travel with you, but I'm estimating about $1,000 a year for travel, and that is for airplane tickets for the dog, or if you're boarding the dog, or if you need to spend extra money on a pet fee for Airbnbs or hotels. So I'm giving a broad estimate of $1,000 a year depending on how much you travel. Now for us, this will probably be accurate, if not more, because we do travel quite a bit. We choose not to board the dog. We do either bring him with us or we will pay somebody to watch him, but that's just kind of what we're probably averaging in the year. Now, please, again, no hate for this. And if you spend nothing on travel costs for your dog, that's great. If you spend $10,000 a year on your dog for traveling, that's great. This is just kind of something that you should be budgeting in if you are somebody that travels frequently. Now for the vet, again, this can drastically, significantly be different for every person. But I'm estimating an average of $700 a year for your pet. Now, different vets cost different amounts. Different dogs have different conditions and stuff that you might need to go to the vet more. But as in terms of vaccinations and the cost of vet bills and stuff like that, I'm saying about $700 a year. Now, you might also have pet insurance, which would change your monthly payments, but might reduce your yearly amount spent at the vet. But again, that's very personal to your situation. That is just my average amount that I could, potentially see being spent on Frenchies per year. Now, next is vitamins and supplements. Monty does get a vitamin every morning. There are 90 vitamins that come in his little container, so it needs to be replaced every 3 months. It's a pretty inexpensive vitamin, but he does also have like HeartGuard and stuff like that to protect him from worms that cost a little bit more that we need to replace every 6 months. So on average, I would say that about $200 a year is spent on vitamins and supplements. Again, this can change depending on what you give your dog. If you give them a higher quality vitamin or they need, more medication, stuff like that. But that is just my average amount spent per year. Lastly is cleaning supplies. So this could vary, but I'm averaging or estimating about $100 a year on cleaning supplies. Shampoo, you probably don't need to replace very often, depending on how often you're giving your dog a bath. Also things like ear cleaner, snout smoother, wrinkle balm, all those kind of stuff, face pads. That all is going to cost money, but it'll last you a while. So about an average of $100 a year on that is what I estimated. So again, just a breakdown of what to expect when owning a Frenchie. They are very expensive animals. Know that going into it. So whether you've had your Frenchie for 5 years or you just got a Frenchie, this information should be very beneficial for you guys. Do what you will with it, but thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.